This is the Simpli Sisters Podcast. Girl, get in here, settle down, settle in, take up space and breathe. Come in this safe space where we believe in the power of sisterhood. We encourage truth and dialogue that promotes peace, clarity, and freedom. Join us here for conversations for the soul, because there is so much to talk about.
Hello, and welcome to Simpli Sisters Podcast. I'm Simply Tammy,
And I'm Coach Gail Benson.
and today we want to talk about romancing to
Roomies. Romancing to roomies.
and we talk about the fact that your calling is just not about you. It's about the people that you're around as well, and how important that is, and how good relationships, good marriages, good friendships in the beginning, we feel so good.
Mm-hmm.
Feel great.
Mm-hmm.
And you just in awe and happy.
Mm-hmm.
And then
How did we get here?
is how did we get here? And that good thing that was just going so good becomes a little sour. So what do we do with that? And this is a great topic, Coach Benson, because this happens every day. And it happens unexpectedly.
And it has happened to me not once, but twice. It is happening more often than not these days, and especially with people in our age bracket, in our age group, in our,
Yes.
what do we call that, our Gen X and our generation,
Yes.
because we become comfortable with certain things and certain people, and we rather negate and neglect the dysfunction and the disharmony and stay where we're comfortable. Expound on that to let you know what I'm talking about. And this happens. This happened in my first marriage, and it was to a point where we don't know how we got there. And it's, you know how you grow apart? And most people think when they grow apart, you grow your separate ways and you continue on in life. And in my first marriage, we were so much, the thing about us, so we were friends
Right.
before we were married, and we just went through a lot of stuff together, and we had more so of a friendship, and we were more so friends that when we started growing apart,
Right.
we just became roommates. We just was comfortable with the situation, and it wasn't volatile, and
Right.
I mean, stuff had happened, and I'm not gonna do no confessions on here, but some stuff had happened, and it's what had happened, right? And he felt safe enough to continue to be there, and as you know, did I, and we just became roommates. And I would correct myself. And that time I was in that marriage for 13 years, and all the bae turned into let me tell you something about me. This might be a little too much information. When I'm done with you emotionally and mentally, when I am done with you, I no longer reference you in a affinitive way or any affection. So when I'm done with you, and please make note of this, if you will, when I am done with you, I will only reference you by your last name. So at that time, I was calling him by his last name. It was no more babe and, none of that stuff. It was Mr. whatever or Sir. I was calling him Sir. And he was so perturbed because he knew the finality of everything when I was saying, excuse me, sir. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. So-and-so, whatever. Now it was the disconnect. When I tell you I go through my process, and once I go through it, there is no turning back. I may even want to, but I cannot because I've already gone through the process. So when we were somewhere, and I said, that's my roommate. Now, we got a child together. We have children together, but it was before the straw that broke the camel's back came, because at that time his life was in danger. And that's all I'm going to say. But, we had children together, and I was so headstrong or neglecting the dysfunction and the growing apart. We were so comfortable where we were that we just stayed in the same house, which played a huge role on when it came back around the second time around that I was comfortable because you know how that was going.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the romancing, when it dies, do you even try to dissect, like, how did we get here? Should we even have been together from the beginning? Was it something else I neglected in this space that allowed me to be here? Did I neglect a task that I had to have an impact on someone else's life, someone that was in my environment? Did I get there? What part did I play in getting there and staying there?
But see, what happens is, and everything's exciting in the beginning with anything we do, but then we start doing what? Stop paying attention.
Yeah.
Start getting comfortable.
You get complacent, yeah.
And maneuvering in a way and in a space that is comfortable for us, and they are doing the same thing, and you're bringing that together on top of already bringing each other together.
More dysfunction.
So then you're comfortable, he's comfortable. You all don't know anything else or another way.
Right.
So you have two people brought together, two people comfortable in their own positioning. And God, of course, God made us all masterpieces because we are his masterpiece. But we felt we have that lack of understanding that we are that. And so you're bringing, it's like, what's the gentleman's name? I forgot. Doctor passed away. Miles Monroe.
Okay.
He did a demonstration with two cups of water, where these 2 cups of water, they come together, and he pouring that water into the other cup, and then sometimes that cup just overflows, and he did this beautiful sample of that. And I wish, and you can go back and find it anywhere, go on the internet, wherever, but it made sense to me because you are pouring into each other without understanding.
Right.
And you're building family. And then you're doing your mistakes. He's doing his mistakes. You're bringing it back together. And then you got a whole plate of mistakes.
Mistake number
But
3.
you are one entity in this mistakehood. Let's make our word
The mistakenry. The mistakenry, baby. We're going to make up some words here on the Simpli Sisters Podcast, and y'all going to understand.
Hopefully the understanding is there that that's how you end up becoming the roommates. But then there's the mindset of, I'm in this and now I got to make it work.
And you think because you done said these vows.
Yes.
That this what you suppose. You don't know what to do because no understanding.
No understanding.
And because you laying heavy weight on those vows instead of, did you seek God and counsel?
Ooh.
Did you? Because see, we are doing what we know how to do, and we don't know how to do nothing. Never been married before,
right?
And this is the problem.
Right.
Some of the things that people see done in their families, some things that go without saying. You know, some of y'all, and I'm not pointing fingers, but you know who you are. You got that aunt and uncle, and they can't stand each other, but they still together. They still live in the same house. Right. They still go to church. Some of them got a scowl on their face. Right. But they still together. And y'all think it's funny. We think it's funny when they show up to the cookout, and when they get out the car, they cussing and fussing and arguing and fighting with each other. But she still fixes plate.
Right.
She's still telling them, wake up, get up, and come on, and let's go. It's time to go. Right. And you think it's funny, but understand that's not normal. And it's definitely not funny. But people settle into complacency and comfort because they shy away from the unknown or the responsibility of doing better because you want better. Wanting better means you have to do something.
Yeah, but you have to stop hiding behind this stuff. It's not healthy. It's not wise. It's not promotional. It's not mature. When you hide behind these things, there's no plus to it. There's no equal to it. Well, there is an equal to, but the equal to is not the growth.
Right. It's no development.
It's no development. So we do get complacent. And then let me tell you this, and I'm putting this out here. There was something done and said to me in my marriage that I didn't like. And I said I didn't like it. It shouldn't have happened. But then when he said to me, well, my mom said such and such happened to her when she was such. But do you understand that because something happened to someone else you love doesn't make it appropriate for you or the next person in your life, accept that fact? And if someone else is accepting that behavior and they're living with it, that is for them to deal with. But don't tell me what somebody else has accepted, because that's not acceptable to me. And God has me in a different space, different place, and he's telling me now, no, this is the wrong positioning for you. So stop hiding behind this stuff and listening to people. And another thing that bothers me is that, I'm going to tell you women something. You all get in these marriages, a relationship with these men, and you're happy just to have a man. Oh, and you lose yourself in these relationships, okay? You all have got to take better care of yourselves. And taking better care of yourselves means looking at the person that you're getting involved in. Some of you are so scared of being alone, you just accept anything, and you will just live in it to look like or to feel like, I don't know if I should be in this. Right. Why even put yourself in that predicament? Take the time to love yourself.
Please value yourself.
Stop hiding behind. And then you worry about your girlfriend's got a man, I ain't got no man, and all these things that go on in life. But what if you were a healthy you, understanding the principles and the foundation of the divine, and that he will lead you to who and where you're supposed to be? And all you women out there looking for a man, that's not your role. That's not the principle. It's not your role.
It's not your role.
God says it's
he that findeth
a good thing. It's not you that go out there and find it. That's why y'all go man to man to man. He calling you the child. I thought he was he. No,
recycling.
It does not work that way.
Smacking up, flipping and rubbing it down. Oh no. And the problem is that I'm gonna say it. You put so much value on this person and what it make you feel like emotionally. But there's more to relationship and marriage and partnership than how they make you feel. Because how does that work when you need somebody to lead your household? You need somebody to cover you in prayer. Right. You need somebody to speak life into you when you feel beaten down. Right. That thing or that person should not be the thing that's holding you down, weighting you down, and beating you down, whether it's figuratively, emotionally, mentally, or physically. But you are willing to stay there because you can say what this, God rest her soul, Miss Wright, we've been singing and humming in y'all ear all these years. Yeah. A piece of man better than no man at all. I beg, and I mean profusely beg, to differ, honey. I beg to differ. And there are some of us that their moms, their grandmothers, their aunts, or whatever, just so that because I'm going to tell you something. My ex-husband was a provider. He was a provider. I did not want for anything. It was the emotional and psychological and physical challenges that I faced in being in that relationship. So my question to myself is, are you willing to let yourself slowly die in this situation to be comfortable? And if that's the choice I make, am I comfortable at all? Right. With all the money in the bank, and I was still fighting for my life emotionally. Right. With all the money and the access to different things and scenes and people, I was still psychologically broken. Yes. And I have not said that out loud. This is the first time I have said that out loud. I was emotionally and psychologically broken because I was committed to something and someone that was more committed to himself and his roots and his mindset than he was to me. And guess what? I found myself for the second time leaning more on my vows than I valued the value of my own self-worth. And staying in that marriage, living in the same, you know, still living in the house together, don't file for divorce, still living in the house together, got to make decisions, cooking and cleaning, stuff need to get done in the house. And mind you, he kept doing his part around the house. I still didn't have to do, when I said I didn't have to do nothing, I had to do laundry. I ain't had to do nothing. He didn't stop doing that, but it was still an emotional part of that. Yeah. And I said to myself, these are the days, I'm empty nesters, both my children are gone. It's a time that we were supposed to be living for. Right. And we're in discord. Right, but that's why it's important to have a partner beside you who wants to hear your desires. Oh, no, ma'am. Who want to participate. No, ma'am, that was not even a thought. You all sit down. You make
Here I am with the cornbread. I don't know why cornbread is on my mind, but
it's always food. Y'all notice that? It's always food.
But there's an ingredient to it, whether it's Jiffy or your grandmother's cooking. There is an ingredient to making this thing taste good and look good and come out all pretty golden brown and with the butter on. And you're in these partnerships, and I remember saying, hey, I had 99 and one ideas. A creative, brilliant mind. This man did not see it. He could not hear it. He couldn't feel it. And we spoke about it 2 episodes ago. Ego getting in the way. But I know he meant well. But God had things for me to do too. And when you're in a relationship, in a union, the person is the only one wanting to do, and you can't do or give anything. And if you try, it's not good enough, then there's a problem. That's where the romance to roomies comes in. It's like you begin to become disvalued, basically. And I'm not going to be disvalued in this life ever again. I'm at the age, and I'm almost 60 years old. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I'm not going to be held back.
Without apology.
But guess what? The people by my side now, I can make it happen. It's going to. It's happening.
It is happening.
It's happening. It's doing.
It is happening. It is becoming.
I have the best partner. I mean, what in the world else could I ask for right now than what I have?
You know what we could ask for? We're going to ask for y'all to be on the other side of this segment. We got to take a break. What we could ask for is that you all do not go anywhere. Be right back on the other side. It's because I really think this is a great discussion. And we pray that you engage with us in the comments. So we will beat you on the other side. We will be right back.
Hey, sis.
So welcome back to the second part of this discussion. And I want y'all to know that my co-host is related to Medea and some of the discussions that we have here.
I plead the fifth.
Tyler Perry, come get her.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I plead the fifth. I am not confirming or denying anything. Okay, so, we're talking about romance into roommate. You start off with this wonderful romance, whether you're dating or you're married or what have you, and then all of a sudden you grow apart, things shift, and then now you're just basically leaning into complacency and comfort because you don't want to do the unknown, whether it's because of fear or what have you. And based on my own life experience, I've said that I've lived this. Have lived this. And, my question to myself was, what was the foundation? What was the foundation of lost love? And, I have to tell you, there has been some things that have happened, and it's comical, now. For me, if you know me, I'm going to talk about you. Okay. I don't care what it is. I'm going to talk my stuff. And, my first husband was very adamant on, he didn't care about none as long as we had kids together. In any act of adversity or emergency, whatever, I had to go be, with him. And, I was definitely detesting. I was not going to do that. But anyway, as we are roommating, I was openly saying that he was my roommate, and he was disgusted. And I'm like, well, we're not together. So what had happened was, when we start resting into the dysfunction and we get so comfortable with it, we don't even want to call the thing to say what it is that we've been either putting up with, instigating or initiating or accepting. And it was a point where I was no longer interested in doing the roommate thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So I started looking into buying a home, doing this, that, or the other. So I never really gave a lot of detail because we roommates. I'm doing my own thing. I got approved, buy a house, got a mortgage, bought the home. And so my best girlfriend and my god sister Linda, we all got together. We had a conversation about how this was going to go. He go to work at this time. Y'all be at the house at this time. This time came. My children's godmother came and picked up my baby. She took Brianna with her. My god sister and my best friend, we packed that house up. We took all my stuff. By the time he came home from work, I was moved. He came back to that place empty. I left a couch, a washcloth, and a piece of bread. You got a rag to wash short and a piece of bread for a snack. Listen, that's all I could do for you. I can't do nothing for you, man. I did what I had to do. I got my daughter and I was gone. Because when I'm done with you, sir, I'm done. And that was like one of many. It was to the point of I could not pinpoint the foundation of or the excuse I was giving myself to continue to be complacent. Because guess what? What I thought was comfortable was a whole bunch of discord and discomfort. And I could no longer live that way and allow my daughter, who was watching the whole thing, my daughter is watching. And although I'm thinking she's just 2 years old and she doesn't really recognize, but energy feeds every person in that environment. And my baby at 2 years old, Brianna just started looking at me with her head like this, like, we still here? Was we still here? Honey, my kids love their father. And I will say this to anybody. My children's father was a phenomenal father. He just sucked as a husband. That's all I'm going to say. But my daughter, I could tell that she just started noticing some things. And I was like, if not choosing myself and value myself, I could not continue to contribute to the dysfunction of what my daughter was seeing. And I ask you that because a lot of times we won't do stuff until we think it impacts our children, when most of us as mothers don't, because some of y'all sorry as hell. But anyway, I was saying we won't choose ourselves first. It has to be some type of event or adverse moment that may impact our children before we even value ourselves enough to choose ourselves, to remove ourselves from a situation, a person, a place, or a thing. So we can be our best selves, not just for ourselves, for our children can see how we chose our own light and how we shine in our light.
That's true. What I don't understand is, how is a person devastated when you decide to make that choice? Because when I'm done as well, I'm done. When I walk away, I will not look back. Now, I did different from you. I didn't clean the house out. I told him he could have it all. I would rather go live in a tin shed in the middle of a field with a little porta potty and be at peace and be happy than to continue to deal with the dysfunction that I was dealing with. Now, you spoke of your daughter, a daughter and a son. These are our children. I'm telling you, you're losing your children. And you're still or chest out, still trying to be.
No coping.
Okay, but I'm telling you this. Remember I put my nose to his nose and said, you have to stop. You're not listening. I said, look me in my eyes. I'm telling you, if this doesn't change, I have to go. I did that. This is true stuff, okay? I was losing myself. My household was in a disarray. Just because the bills were paid. I pay my bills, now they paid, okay? This is not about paying a bill. Was not driving a fancy car. Been there, done all that. I don't have to have another fancy car.
About stuff.
It's about the mutual understanding of who each other, the placement you hold in each other's life. Let me put it that way, okay? And the breeding of something new and mature and the growth in the situation.
With mutual respect.
With respect, so that the romance remains the romance. And I'm not just talking about sex. I'm talking about the romance, because romancing is not just something in the bed. It happens before the bed. It happens, for me, I believe it happens all day long. It's everything you do throughout the day.
Little things.
Okay. It's not 25 phone calls. Hey, I'm thinking about you. I'm not talking. I'm talking about the entire process. And we don't do this. Okay. I'm forever making sure that the people I love are okay. If I don't talk to her,
Gail, that phone ringing. Gail. That phone ringing.
Okay. Hey, Aaliyah, I mean, just boss lady, the people I care about and love, I check on and I nourish them that way. I don't just take for granted, oh, that's my partner, she got it.
Right.
Oh, that's my boss, she get it. No, I have a part in this. To make my boss want to assist me. I want my co-host, my sister here, to want to sit next to me and do this, and we enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's how things are supposed to be in your household as well.
And she's not saying it's supposed to be perfect.
Nothing's perfect.
But you come together.
Right.
If this is the situation you're in.
Right.
You come together in that union.
In the union.
To figure out, because it's going to change. The relationships are so fluid. And some of y'all that have been married for a long time, you have to have that understanding that that is not the person they were 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. And you have to be very fluid and understanding and be able to move with when your partner is growing.
Right.
And you learn your partner of who they are in their new space, and you learn who you are as you watch your partner grow.
And vice versa.
You grow.
Yes.
And then you teach each other what you're learning about yourself along the way. You have these conversations because your foundation is never just done. That foundation continues to get stronger and stronger over time as you communicate and you share with one another, and what you're sharing is respected and valued.
Right. And in saying that, and I love the way you said that, and this is why, because I presented ideas that I had. What I got back was, well, how much is it going to cost? If you understand the foundation, God put something in you, get you that idea, he's going to make sure you're
He's going to give you provision.
But if you're with the wrong person, they don't have to ask that question.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
It's true. So just understand this. We, and I'll put these notes here. We're all God's handiwork, and none of us are mistakes. Okay. But we're not all meant to be in each other's spaces either. Sometimes that's the mistake.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And so God didn't bring us this far to make it a mistake.
Right.
Or for it to continue to be in the wrong place and space. Okay. But we have to recognize this in our space and place, in our relationship. And if it's not right, there's nothing wrong with making it right. That making right has to be a decision. Do we stay in this together and continue to kill each other and hurt each other? Or do we get better and understand each other? Or do we do what we had to do? I had to walk away. And my walk away was because I had enough. Felt like I was drowning. Okay. I don't want to feel that way in anything I'm doing. I'm a nurse. I'm not going to do it to myself. So understand we are God's masterpiece. And he wants us to be in a beautiful place and space.
Absolutely. Torment and bondage is not your portion. That is just not what he designed for your life. And we have to take the responsibility that we make decisions, and sometimes we make decisions we're not willing to live with, and we look for someone to personify the wrong with, and the correction is within yourself. And I want to speak to maybe those of you who are not married or in a relationship, but maybe you are in spaces with people that you should not be with. Whether it's a roommate, someone that you say has been your best friend for a long time, or just because they've endured the time and they're there, doesn't mean that they're supposed to be. It doesn't mean that you need to continue to, as they say, cohabitate, with these people or continue to have them in your space. You have to really learn how to value yourself. When will we start putting emphasis on ourselves as much as we do other people? We are so self-sacrificial at times, and it almost seems like it's by default and into a fault. There has got to be a point, because you are the first and last you. There is not another one coming behind you. This is not your dress rehearsal. This is your life. When will you start valuing what God prepared you for and who you are? And I promise, if you don't know who you are, trust me, I didn't know either. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you. But this is your space and your time to take the time to look in the mirror and start talking to yourself. Start journaling, figuring out who you are. It's a beautiful journey into yourself. Becoming is a beautiful journey. And I encourage you to take the step, lean into that shift and lean on your faith to believe what God is showing you, because he's talking to you. You just got to start listening.
That's good. I love it. I do. Go somewhere by yourself, in your car, in a parking lot, a park, just somewhere by yourself other than your house, and sit there. And every time you feel a certain way that doesn't feel comfortable, write it down and look at what happened to make you feel that way.
Connect the dots.
And start tallying up to get a result. And so what makes you feel good? What's not making you feel good? What is somebody saying or doing to you that you don't like? Write it down. Who said it? Who did it? If you want to know, that'll give you your answer, honey, because I've done it.
Yeah. And sometimes we have to check our own roots to understand why we respond in certain ways to certain things and people. We have to look inside introspectively to understand, because that goes into like cognitive dissonance, where we just distance ourselves from the decisions that we make, and we don't want to take responsibility. And the whole while is what you need to do is sit down in your own stank and figure out why you stank. Figure out why you make these decisions. Once you can pinpoint that seed that was planted and why, you can go in and cut that root out.
A lot of women are dependent. There are a lot of dependent women, and they're scared to make moves. They're scared to be by themselves. Or I don't make enough money. I was told, you don't make enough money, you're not going to make it on your own. Guess what? I still took the step, and I knew God had me. And what happened? Whoop, there it is. And you say, wow, y'all make it sound so, it's nothing we are saying is easy. And we're telling you this stuff because we've been there. We've seen it. We have other people around us who go through things. It's not just she and I sitting here because we went through. We have friends and sisters and other people in our lives that go through things, and we're able to talk to them. We're able to help them.
And they hold each other accountable. And when we say we want change, and we figure out what change looks like, that we hold each other accountable as to why we're not reaching and striving for that change. Why are we becoming comfortable? Because there's no growth in being comfortable.
No.
You can stay in that place because it's what you know, and you'll continue to be exactly there in that place.
Yeah, but then too, don't believe in God and don't trust him and sit in the same, I always cut that little murky water, because you can come out of it. And he's handing you the soap, the water, and the towel. What is the problem? Think about these things, And some women are stronger than others, okay?
Yeah.
I tell you what, when you get tired,
ain't nothing like being tired.
No matter what is what.
And be glad to get the opportunity to get tired, because some women don't. Some women fall subject to just falling into place and staying in the background and being diluted and liquefied and just melting away. Unfortunately, some women don't even make it out some of their situations because they're more tumultuous than others, and they become fatalities. Take advantage of the opportunities that you have to put yourself first and to believe that you have been made for a purpose. If you are living uncomfortable, in dysfunction, that is not your portion. We have the Simply Circle family. You can reach out to us through our email, info@simplysisтерspodcast.com.
Yes.
Visit our website. Tammy has a phenomenal tool for women that you can pre-order that's going to be available to you. A Woman's Guide to Living the Fight Up. I promise you, you will not be the same after reading that book. Get your hands on the tools that you can use. Get yourself in a community, in an environment with women who can help you, hold you accountable, help you see yourself, because a lot of people see things in you that you don't see in yourself.
You're so beautiful.
And they will introduce you. Be introduced to you. It may be for the first time ever. If you don't know that woman, when you look in the mirror, greet her and tell her everything that is that you want to do with her. And take her by the hand and learn her every single day. You validate her for yourself, not anybody else.
Hey, so listen, we have a number of podcast episodes we've done Go back through these episodes, take notes, and you'll be amazed at something you may have missed that you're
Right.
still asking yourself, something that we covered that, you still not understanding a little bit, but made me think about some things we talked about previously, so do that as well. Okay. We love you all.
We do. We do love you. If you find yourself in a place that some of this just opens you up and you feel uncomfortable, or you feel the word triggered in any way, we encourage counseling to get with a licensed credentialed professional that you can open up to and give you the tools that you can use to start implementing for healthy habits.
Yes.
You can reach out to us via our website, our email. The links are in the description. If you don't know where to go to get help, reach out to us. We can tap into resources that you could get pointed in the right direction, because our objective with the Simpli Sisters Podcast and our Simply Circle family is for you to be the best you that you can be. We are here because there's always so much to talk about.
Always a conversation for the soul.
It really is. And we're so glad you were here with us today.
Yes.
Thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing. If you have not subscribed, please hit that button and subscribe to this thing so we can come back and see you again. You will get notified when our new episode airs every Tuesday morning, and you can watch as much as you like. Share it with a friend.
Yes.
Look forward to seeing us out and about.
Yes.
But until then, we will see you next week.
And continue to fight up and
Make it happen beautifully. We love you.
Take care.